Hey there. Thank you for joining me. My name is Danielle, and I'm one of the farmers that helps prepare CSAs for Vinegar Valley Farm. In your box this week, you'll be receiving snap peas, garlic scapes, kale, thyme, our famous Silky Salad mix, purple mizuna, Easter egg radishes, and spring beets. So today we will be preparing a stir fry with mizuna on the bottom and a silky greens, beet, and other things salad.
What else are the other things?
Sunflower seeds and feta and thyme. And last but certainly not least, roasted garlic scapes tossed in thyme and lemon. Okay, so first we're going to start with the garlic scapes. These are super tender and full of flavor. So I'm not gonna do too much cooking with them because they have a really nice flavor already. So what I like to do is try to get them all together, all the butts in a line, and then chop them in like a couple inch sections. And then it doesn't have to be perfect. I like to add the flour, the floret top too. And then we can add that to the pan. And then, oh, I forgot one. And then add a little olive oil. Some salt. And a little pepper. And then I'll use a little bit of this gorgeous thyme to add a little bit of herby flavor to it. You don't need much. And I'm gonna keep them on the stem so I can take them off when they're done cooking. So I'll just give it a quick toss. And then I'm gonna stick this in the oven at 350. Let's see how that goes. If I want a little bit more, like a quick char, I'll bump it up to 400.
How long in the oven?
You want to check on it after 10 minutes at 350, and you could check to see if it's ready by sticking a fork in it, and the fork should come out easily. That's a good sign. And yeah, I like to have a little char on it to make it seem like kind of barbecued. So yeah. Now we are going to begin to prep the vegetables for the semi stir fry. So we've got the snap peas, which I've snapped the tops off of. I grabbed a few of the radishes, and then I've got the kale, excuse me. So I'm gonna get this cast iron going at like medium to high heat. I have an electric stove. Whatever that means to you for your stove, go ahead and do that. And then while that's getting hot, I already have my sesame oil and my rice wine vinegar out, which are going to be incorporated into this meal in a couple of different ways. I'm gonna prep the veggies. So I'm gonna cut the tops and the bottoms off of these beautiful radishes. And then chop these up pretty chunky because I want the veggies to have a crunch, but be slightly cooked as well. So I'm just gonna have these guys. Probably one of the bigger ones you want to do a couple more cuts, quarter them. with these snap peas, I like to get them in a line so I can cut multiple at the same time, and I'm just gonna halve them. Snap peas are so good. I love them.
Can I have one?
This is my boyfriend, by the way.
Hi.
He's great. Most of the time. Okay. And then these are gonna go in before the kale because I want the kale to be mostly raw. And since greens cook really quickly, I'm gonna incorporate the kale right at the very end. So you'll see what I mean. The pan's getting hot. I'm gonna add a couple tablespoons of sesame oil. Put these in the pan.
That sizzle sounds nice.
Yeah. Means it's the perfect temperature.
I'm gonna get in on this.
Coat them in the oil until they're glistening, and then let that sit. I'll put one of these guys on so it doesn't make a mess. And as that's cooking, I have time to cut this kale. I'm not going to use it all. Probably use half of it. And this is going to be a coarse chop as well. It's nice and hearty, so it'll hold have a crunch to it still. So you can see it's starting to brown on some of the sides. This is exactly what I want. Okay, so it's been a couple minutes. I didn't want to have you waiting for me to watch the pan cook, or the veggies cook. I'm going to add the kale now. And as I add the kale, I'm going to do a couple other things. I'm going to turn off the pan since cast iron holds heat really well, and then add a splash of rice wine vinegar so that it permeates all the vegetables and they don't really cook in it. So I'm going to turn that off. Add the kale. Mix it around a little bit so that the kale can have access to the bottom of the pan.
It smells so good.
And let that sit. And then I'm going to make a miso sesame rice wine vinegar dressing and let this cool down a little bit so I can put it on top of the bed of the purple mizuna. I don't want the mizuna to get all wilty and gross, so I want this to cool down a bit. And then I'll drizzle that dressing on top of that warm salad. You can also cook up some like really nice white fish or any fish that you prefer, and put this on top of it with the mizuna. I think that would be really good. Or just like a bed of rice or anything that you like to pair this kind of style of food with. So I'm just checking in to see how they're looking, and I can see that they're starting to brown on the bottom, so that's a good sign. And I stuck a fork in it and it came right out. So I'm gonna turn up the oven to broil for a couple seconds and then we'll go from there. Okay, I just took the garlic scapes out of the oven. I'm taking the thyme sprigs out. So I don't want those in there. And then I'm gonna add these to this bowl that I've prepped so nicely here. Oh, forgot one. I have a lemon wedge ready to go. And I'm just gonna spritz it with a little bit of lemon juice. Toss it. And there you go. So here I have prepared all the ingredients for the Silky Salad, beet salad thing. And I've got the Silky Salad, and then I chopped up the greens from the beet that I grated, and then sliced it pretty thin, but still kind of thick. And then I made a vinaigrette with balsamic vinegar, olive oil, salt, pepper, and some shallots. And I prepared this ahead of time so that they could all meld together. And then I've got some feta and some toasted sunflower seeds. And then I chopped up a little bit of the thyme because a little bit goes a long way with this herb. So I'm gonna mix it all together and hope it's really, really good. I almost forgot the sesame seeds. Voila!
Black sesame seeds.
Yes, you can use either. And I have both. And I just chose this one because that's what I have more of. Thank you so much for joining me in this cooking demo of what to use or how to use your vegetables in your CSA box this week. I hope it's been helpful. And I'm hoping and was aiming to make it so that it would be easy enough to use things that you already have in your home and to not make it too complicated, because you know how that goes during these times. I have a bunch of leftover stuff that I thought I could give you hints about what you could do with. You could snack on the snap peas. I mean, you could eat those all in a day, raw by themselves. And then with the thyme, you can always use that later. You always have time to dry your thyme. So you can do that. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this, and I hope that you continue enjoying your CSA, and thank you so much for supporting us. We couldn't have done this without you, and we're so excited to be providing you with the best produce that we can.